Welcome back to the live stream coming to you from the RAI here in Amsterdam. It is so good to have you with us attending Cisco Live 2025 Amsterdam from wherever you happen to be tuning in from all over the world. A quick reminder, do not forget social media. If you see something that you like, that inspires you, that excites you, if you want to grab a screenshot, if there's a quote that you want to share out, please do that on your social media platform of choice. Just make sure that you use hashtag Cisco Live EMEA or at Cisco Live EMEA so our social media team out here can see it, respond back to you, and make you a part of the event. But again, grateful to have you with us. Cedric is here in studio with Enrico Mercadante, Managing Director of EMEA Networking. Cedric, I'm going to send it over to you.
Thank you so much, Steve. This is actually a session I'm really excited about because Enrico is actually my boss in real life. But Enrico, ciao. How are you today?
Ciao, good morning. Very good.
How have you been experiencing Cisco Live so far? I know you've been very busy when I looked at your calendar earlier.
It has been hectic, but super energizing. There is a lot of vibe in terms of innovation with customers and partners, so it's fantastic.
Great. I know that you're really interested about quantum technologies, and there have been quite a lot of sessions here at Cisco Live. For those who don't understand quantum technologies, can you tell us a little bit more about what it is?
Okay, so first of all, who can tell you that he understands really quantum mechanics? He is lying. So it's quite a complex, let's say, technology. However, the results are amazing. So if you have quantum computers versus traditional computers, the quantum computers can solve certain problems in a much faster way. So traditional computers could take hundreds of billions of years to solve certain problems. Quantum computer can do it in minutes, certain specific problem.
Okay, so it's all about timing, it's all about doing it quicker and faster. You're our MD of networking in EMEA. How does networking come into the game around quantum computing?
So it's pretty exciting because quantum computing, as I said, is a trend on how you solve some complex problem, and it has a lot of application in terms of an impact in terms of, for instance, healthcare or a simulation of very, very complex environments like ecosystems, so it will help with sustainability. It has a lot of ramification and implication in the real life in the next 5-10 years. However, it has also a dark side, which is the cybersecurity part of it. So with the quantum computer, you could break some of the algorithms of encryption and key negotiation we are using today. So there is a whole trend around post-quantum cryptography, so having a cryptography that is resistant to quantum computer attacks. And so this is one of the key aspects we are, let's say, looking at in Cisco and in the industry, so post-quantum cryptography. However, in the near future, you would like also to have quantum computers speaking to each other in a native quantum way. So instead of exchanging bits, they would exchange qubits, which are photons that are encoded in a quantum way, if you want. So in this aspect, you would need to build a quantum internet. And so this is a super exciting theme for the future.
I mean, I'm listening and I'm like trying to digest it because this is becoming quite hardcore for me. You tapped on one part that I think is crucial, which we talked about a lot during the show as well today, like this week, and that's security, right? Like we mentioned that like the network is the backbone of all the infrastructure that's going on, and like the network is required for the infrastructure to work. Why are secure networks so important right now, right? We had people in from BT that talked about the critical infrastructure and that emergency services are running on that. But like, why is it important? Like, what are you hearing from our customers? Like, why is it so important to have secure networks, and how do we do it at Cisco?
So we don't have to state about the importance of cybersecurity. I mean, today, the digital supply chain is vital for the business, for the life, for the globe. And so in order to achieve that business resilience that we want to achieve in a digital world, you don't have only to have a secure network. You have to have a network that participates in the security posture and improve the cybersecurity posture of the companies, of government organizations. So it's an active role of the network in terms of detecting and mitigating cybersecurity attack. And I think this is the real shift that is happening now. The network is really becoming the center where you implement the cybersecurity. And we at Cisco, we are super well positioned for that.
Yeah, because we talked about networking quite a bit as well this week. We were over at the showcase earlier. We talked about Wi-Fi 7. We will talk about that a little bit more. What are you seeing that is going to happen in the next few years as innovations around that kind of networking topic because now it's becoming more and more the center of attention, like again?
Yeah. So if I look at the next couple of years, it's definitely the convergence of cybersecurity and networking. That's a key innovation. For instance, SASE it was, let's say, a vision, architectural vision a couple of years ago. Now it's really happening, and Gartner says that 65% of the customer in the next 3 years will require SASE as one solution from a single vendor, and we are here to provide that solution.
We're uniquely positioned for that.
Absolutely. And so that's one thing. The other thing is to automate and simplify the networks. Once the network are reaching every corner, let's say, of the earth in terms of IoT and connecting everything, so the vision that we had 10 years ago of Internet of Everything is happening right now. And by the way, it's also happening in the space now, because we are also beyond the earth and connecting things. So once this is being developed, it's becoming very, very complex to manage and secure this network. So automation and AI operation on top of the automation is critical. Also because the skill is really a problem for our companies. And we cannot have enough people that are really able to understand and run this network. So we need to take the brains of these people and put them to build a fantastic automation and AI operation tool to make it more automatic. And so this is the challenge of the future.
Because let's double click on that AI part if we can, Enrico, right? I know a little bit of networking. I know that we've talked about like self-healing networks and everything around that. How do you think AI is going to impact the future of networking?
So AI will accelerate, let's say, this automation journey, because it will make it much easier to set up and run these networks, but also improve the cybersecurity aspect of it. Just a couple of examples. When you have to do radio planning for a Wi-Fi in such a complex environment, if you use AI, you can do it in a really plug-and-play way. Whereas if you had to do it with a traditional radio frequency planning, it would be much harder. And so this kind of very basic but very important, let's say, items that you can solve with AI are absolutely important. And also, for instance, we have it in showcase here at Cisco Live is the AI assistant, who will help us end-to-end on cybersecurity collaboration networking to solve some operational problems. That's also a very important step.
Yeah, and double-clicking on that AI assistant, Enrico, I think networking used to be a very complex topic, but we're also trying to make it easier for companies so that their engineers can basically like spend most of their time on like building those secure solutions, and that the maintenance around it becomes kind of like more automated, as you said. AI assistant fits into that. It's a very user-friendly UI, etc. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that works and how we bring that portfolio together?
So at Cisco, we are one of the companies where we have much more data than anyone else to train this kind of algorithms, right? So I think it's also our duty to give back to the ops people, the net ops people and the SecOps people, this kind of intelligence, give them back time, basically, and give them back an aid to make things quicker and better. Of course, you need always the human in the middle. I mean, the self-healing and self-configuring networks are definitely a vision, but we are getting there slowly.
So you said that we always need someone in the middle,
yeah.
Right? For the years to come, like, what are the skills you think are most important for people in that area of networking to develop, so that they're basically equipped for what's to come? Like, what do you think is like kind of the key skills? Like, it could be technical, it could be soft skills. I'm really interested in that kind of learning part.
Absolutely. So a basic set of skill will never disappear. So if you are in networking, you have to understand networking, you have to understand cybersecurity. However, on top of it, you have to understand the whole new world of AI, so LLM, and in the future also the model, how you model the world. So not only the language, but how you model the physical world, because this is very important with IoT. So an aspect of understanding really the AI and how it's done, for sure. And then also some soft skills like more broad vision and collaborating with other people. This will be very important because the networking is, let's say, is becoming very multidimensional, right? So it's in all aspects of our life. Okay, so digital is really spread around, and so the collaboration skills are critical for the future.
Great, and I think at Cisco also with our networking academy, we're trying to tap into these skills, into kind of building them out and kind
Absolutely.
of setting up the network engineer of the future.
Yeah.
To close us off, Enrico, what is something that you thought that really caught your eye here at Cisco Live? Because we have many that dial in or that kind of watch the live broadcast, and I always say they have to come next year. So why do you think somebody needs to come here to Cisco Live next year?
So next year is all about more innovation, is more about more collaboration, and is all about more AI into the network and into digital.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much, Enrico, for this conversation. I know Steve is going to talk about 40 years Cisco innovation. That is not the case, Steve. Okay, great. I'm still going to try back to you.
I appreciate it, though, Cedric. We are actually headed into our next center stage section, about 45, 50 seconds or so from now. So we're going to end up throwing it across the floor. Kelly Jones, our Senior VP and Chief People Officer at Cisco, is with Jacqueline Carter, Senior Partner and Director of North America for the Potential Project. They are going to talk about the power, the promise, the potential of AI, specifically when we look at leadership. So, what is the AI-enabled leader framework? They're going to walk you through some practical experiences, examples of the way AI leaders can do harder things, but in a much more human way. We'll get tips and strategies to enhance leadership effectiveness with AI. How do we harness AI ethically and responsibly? As always, glad to have you with us. We're going to head out to center stage. We'll see you right back here on the other side. Away we go.